Hello my friends, today we'll open and have a look at the Mini Brands Home series, and I gotta say, Zuru is seriously expanding their miniature catalog. I have no doubt that eventually everything that we have in this world will be made in miniature form. Of course, not every company will want to make a deal and allow their products to be sold in miniature form, but I have a feeling that at some point they will just make a series of generic items. Okay, I'm not going to waste your time, let's just get to the fun part. Very nice unzipping experience. Hopefully it will stay the same throughout the video. And in terms of design, we are back to blue balls. I mean, the wrapping of the ball is blue. As usual, inside you get a collector's guide. We'll have a closer look at this in a little bit. And 5 paper pouches. I honestly thought for sure that this is one of those series where you only get 2 or 3 pouches inside, so this is a nice surprise. The paper pouches are themed, and I was just wondering, how much do you guys think the cost would drop if they just used white pouches instead of printing on them? Probably wouldn't make much of a difference, right? Okay, I think these miniatures are gonna make me chuckle throughout the video. This is a grater or a cheese grater. I think you call it just a grater, right? Oh, even the texture is there. Geesh, interesting. It's a very tiny miniature. I could barely feel anything in the pouch, but it's really cool and really detailed. It does look like there's actually holes in this little thing, but there actually isn't. It's just plastic. It has these kind of like engravings, I guess. So the first mini in the series is a cheese grater. No, wait, there's something else in there. I'm really blanking on how you call this. It's a, it's that thing that you put water in or lemonade or something, and then you just, add ice and everything, and you just pour it in a glass. A pitcher. It's a pitcher. So this is a turquoise water pitcher. It's not branded, so it's just a generic one. I'm really glad that it comes in 2 pieces. You have the pitcher itself and then the little top cap thingy. Not bad, Mini Brands. Not bad at all. The scale, however, is a little bit off. The actual cheese grater is the same size as the water pitcher. Pitcher, not picture. Okay, here's Master Chef making an appearance again. Just like we have the Mini Brands Create with all the recipes inspired from Master Chef. Seems like now they expanded that deal. They're making Master Chef products. 28 centimeters frying pan. And I like that it came packaged the way it is in the stores. If you're doing a shopping scene, you can just leave them like this as they are, right, in their original packaging. Or if you're just, trying to get your kitchen all stocked up, you can remove the packaging and just use the pan. So far, so good. I'm impressed. It's a pretty nice series. Okay, this one comes in pieces and with instructions. Okay, that's cool. It's an ironing table. Let's see, do we even need instructions? Kind of. Well, that's interesting. It seems like you can actually fold it down and then, bring it back up. So this part goes through here. And then you got that little thingy there. Snaps in. All right, and then you just need to put that part in there. And then this part, whether you have it closed. Well, can you close it down? No, I don't think you can close it down, but you can have it at a lower level like this. Or do they mean that this is actually closed down? I guess, right? And then if you want to open it, you put it over here. I really wish that in the open position, there was another thing like this where it just snaps in. I mean, it stays like this if you put it, down here, laid flat. Right, that's good. But if you pick it up, you move it a little bit, it can just get out of there. I really like how Mini Brands is expanding into, different areas, not just, stuff you find on the shelves. I'm surprised, however, to see that the majority of items we got are generic, except the Master Chef pan. So I was hoping to see more brand names, because it's Mini Brands. And I know not every item in the world has a, very well brand that makes them, but then, just don't include them. Include other products that actually have a brand name, This is by far the biggest and the heaviest pouch in the whole ball, so I'm hoping to get something nice in here. All right, we got a little pink, what do you call this, chair cushion thingy. It looks pretty cool. It gives me sneaker and mini fashion vibes, but you would have this as part of the home series. I get it. I'm not particularly impressed though. I prefer the other items, to be honest with you. It does have a little bounce to it. It's kind of like rubbery, but not too hard, maybe except here. This is really hard. But this part here and this part here is very bouncy. Pretty cool. Wait, there's more pieces to this one as well. Let's see, what do we have here? It's a little trash can. I really like that it comes in 3 pieces. One of them is already in there, the inner part of the trash can. It is really tiny though, so I mean, compared with the cheese grater, see, the cheese grater is just as tall as the trash can. And I don't think this is a, countertop compostable type of bin. It's more, I mean, not compostable, compost bin. It's more of a big size trash can that you have in the kitchen. The scale is a little off, but what are you gonna do? It's interesting how I'm using the cheese grater as the comparison. This thing snaps in there and you have yourself a little trash can. I think we're just going to call it a little compost bin that you put on top of your counter. The only other thing I would have changed is probably the color. I would have preferred a more, I don't know, maybe green, like army green color, or blue, dark blue or something. But that is just my preference, you know? Okay. The pulling out of the package is not gonna work this time. It seems like a lot of these have like multiple parts, you know, which is actually a very, very good thing. So this is pretty nice. It's a little tray for ice, and you also get the ice cubes to put in there. I don't know exactly what this other part is for. Is it for the top to cover it? Oh yeah, it is, it is. It fits quite nicely in there. I mean, once you put it on, it stays on, look. That's really good. To be honest with you, I didn't even know these come with the cover. The ice trays, I'm always used to seeing these just by themselves. And I do wonder, it seems like it would be possible to actually cut them loose and put them in there individually. Maybe if I get a double, I'm gonna mess with it and see, you know, how I can separate the ice cubes and have them in there individually. But for now, we're just gonna leave it as is. Right, so this was bound to happen. Here's the first duplicate of this series. We got another cheese grater. It looks pretty good. It's a nice mini, so I'm not upset about it. Plus, I can see a few ways that I can incorporate these into my frozen moments whenever I make a mini brands create or a miniverse item, which, by the way, yes, I know about the whole miniverse recall thing. It's pretty sad, but it is what it is. Okay, let's make a little change here on our set because I always like to see exactly how many duplicates I have of each item. So we're gonna put the cheese grater right there underneath the other one. Could this be the smallest miniature in this series? I mean, I don't think I've seen anything smaller than this, period. It's a Sistema container. I'm actually wondering if it's plastic or glass. I have a feeling that's going to happen a lot with this little one, but let me try and balance it here so you guys can see it from different angles. It is incredibly tiny. They even put a label on it. I cannot read it, but maybe if I zoom in a little bit. I mean, at this level, it's really hard to, you know, get incredible detail on it. I still think that it looks pretty cool considering how tiny it is. Maybe that's why the scale is always off because, I mean, if they include stuff that's this tiny, it's hard to, you know, scale everything else up. At that point, you'll probably have like one ball containing 5 pouches, the other one containing 2 or 3 because the items are too big and so on. But it would be really interesting to see something like that. Okay, we got another one of those fluffy and comfy chairs, I guess. I wish they would have at least make it a different color, you know, so you get different types of colors and not necessarily put it as a new miniature on the collector's guide, but just have this and then 3 or 4 different color options. I don't think the cost would have been too much higher if they just changed the colors, but oh well. Alright, so the duplicates are coming in strong. We got another one of those ironing tables. It's a pretty cool miniature, but I mean, how many ironing tables can you have in one house, right? I was just being sarcastic, but I do know the answer to that question. It's one. You just need one. Is there anyone out there that actually has more than one? I am genuinely curious. Why would you need 2 ironing tables? And once again, I think the best way to mitigate the sadness and the anger we get and frustration whenever we get duplicates is to actually just change the style a little bit. You know, like if this top part would have like 3 different patterns that you could possibly get, I feel like we wouldn't get as frustrated because yes, you got a duplicate, but it's a different pattern. So you can use either one in your little project. So there's an idea for you, mini brands. You are very welcome. We got another ice tray. And again, I said that if I get a duplicate, I'm going to try to separate these ice cubes. So let's try. It seems like it's pretty soft. I think we might be able to just break it like this. If we keep turning it, you know, back and forth. All right, maybe not. So let me get a pair of scissors. I feel like these should work really well. Oh yeah, that's perfect. We just need to be careful not to lose any. Obviously, it would be better if I had scissors that are not curved, but I don't have scissors that are this small and not curved. And we almost lost one. See, I think the problem now is that they're not, you know, perfectly equal. So then I should probably cut them and then put them in one by one. See, this one has kind of like an edge to it, so I don't think it will fit nicely in here. Oh, it does. That's surprising. So this is the final result. And again, if you want them to look absolutely perfect, you'd probably need to sand down the edges or just, you know, put them in exactly the way they were when it was a whole chunk. But even like this, I think it looks pretty good. And the most fun part about it is you can do this. Isn't that cool? Oh wow, we got a new item. We got a bowl of fruits. I don't know if it's the real ones or if it's the plastic kind of fruits that, you know, everyone has as decorations. Wait, maybe I think the bananas go on top, right? We got oranges. We got a couple apples. This is a nice little pear. And then we put the bananas on top. So that is very pretty, and I really like the fact that they're loose. They're not just one chunk of stuff. So if you have more of these, you can get a bigger bowl maybe, and then, you know, make your own type of decoration. This is pretty neat, and I might be talking too soon, but I actually like the series. It's just something different and unique that mini brands got into, you know? And if you're a fan of mini brands in general, I think you'll like this. I knew this is what I'm gonna get. I felt it. I was like looking through the package and I'm like, what is it? And then I'm like, okay, it's another one of those containers that is so small that not even my camera can focus on it. It is, however, a duplicate, and that's not pretty good. I'm so early in the opening of this series and I already have like a duplicate of that, duplicate of that, duplicate of this, ice trays, and then this. We still have quite a few balls left, so maybe we're gonna get lucky. And we did get lucky. Here's a Black & Decker drill. I mean, it's a box, but yeah, it kind of feels empty. Let's open it. I mean, who knows? Maybe they are going to surprise us, you know? Always open your boxes. You never know. Oh my God. They are surprising us. Is that a drill in there? Holy moly, it is a drill. That is really cool. Does this mean like the era of empty boxes is gone, and from here on out they're gonna put stuff in the boxes so that, you know, me and all the other ones that are out there are not getting angry every time we get an empty box and it's like, darn it, it's just a cardboard box, there's nothing in it. It is incredibly tiny, and obviously if you look really close, you're gonna see a few imperfections here and there, but overall I think it looks really good. And again, you get the box and you get the miniature inside. It's not just an empty cardboard box, you know? This was a very nice surprise indeed. I'm not even gonna put it in the box because it's just so cool. Okay, you know what? I know that usually we have a closer look at the collector's guide later on in the video, but I'm just really curious to see what other items could we get. And upon further inspection, in total there are 66 items to collect, divided in 6 categories. We have the legendary section with only 3 items. One of them is a frozen moment, and all of them are generic, not belonging to any specific brand. The iconic section comes with 4 items, mostly generic, and then a few KitchenAid ones. Luxury comes with 6 items, some generic, some KitchenAid, and a Black & Decker vacuum. In the ultra rare section, we have 12 items with more generic stuff, some KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and MasterChef. The rare category has 14 items with Black & Decker, generic ones, and the new company I haven't heard about, Sistema. And the last category on the collector's guide is the common. Here we have 27 items, a few from Sistema, and then mostly generic stuff with a few books at the end. And you know what? I'll consider all the generic ones to be from IKEA because, I don't know, they just have that vibe to them. Do you guys agree? Okay, this is kind of hilarious. Here at the end of the collector's guide, they're actually showing a functional mini humidifier and a desk lamp that actually turns on. Now imagine if those 2 miniatures actually work. Obviously, there's no chance, but it'd be cool nonetheless. Out of everything, I'd really like to find all the KitchenAid appliances and the Whirlpool items. I think they look really cool. And the generic ones, I'm mostly just curious to see how good they are, and then maybe I can figure out how I can use them in upcoming videos. You know, like somehow combining them with either Mini Brands Create or Miniverse. Since I have the collector's guide in hand, let's just go ahead and mark all the ones that we found so far, and I'm going to continue doing that throughout the video. One big positive I have for this series is that some of the items have multiple parts, like the KitchenAid countertop oven. It comes with 4 different trays, and it's really cool that they didn't count those as separate items, you know? So if I do get this iconic mini, I'll actually have 5 items in just 1 pouch. Alright, well, that's all I have to say about the collector's guide. Now, let's see what other goodies we have in the rest of the balls. Right, we have a new item here. This is a lava lamp. It looks kind of, I don't know. I mean, there's not much you can do to a lava lamp, I guess, but it still looks very generic and kind of cheap for some reason. Either way, it's a new one, so let's put it down here and mark it on the list as found. We got another ice tray with ice cubes and the cover. I wish this was just a different color maybe. That would have been cool. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Come on, Mini Brands. So these are the books? I mean, they're just literally pieces of plastic wrapped and not even wrapped. Like, look here, they got just one sticker on this side, one sticker on this other side. Come on, Mini Brands, you just did the Mini Brands book series. Like, these should have been actual books. It's really interesting though that I got 2 instead of 1. So let's check the collector's guide real quick. So they are separate items, and even though I would normally be happy that I got 2 in 1 pouch, I mean, they look bad, and the fact that they didn't just make them real books is very, very disappointing. I honestly thought this is another book based on how it felt in the pouch, but no, this, my friends, is a little cutting board. By the looks of it, a wooden cutting board. Even though it's plastic, it's not actual wood, so don't think that it's actual wood. I mean, it looks okay, and now that I got this, to be honest, it makes me feel like some of the items in this series is like accessories that they would introduce in other series. Items like these are accessories that you would get in Miniverse capsules or in the Mini Brands Create, and I'm actually really surprised that they didn't pull some of the accessories from Mini Brands Create and introduce them in this series as, you know, repeats or duplicates. Yeah, let's put it down here. I forgot to also put these nicely, even though they don't even deserve to be on the table. And these guys are getting out of control, so let's just put them to the side. And then let's mark the chopping board as found. We got another beanbag. Yes, I know what it's called now because I looked at the collector's guide. Yeah. Not very happy about this one. I wish that they would have used all the plastic and all the materials to make something different. Alright, we got something different. It's a little table from IKEA. It's not from IKEA, but I like to think that these items are actually from IKEA. It's just that they weren't able to strike a deal with them, and then they'd just be like, okay, it's just generic stuff now. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all. It's just funny to think that way. I don't know why they included instructions. I mean, it is pretty self-explanatory. You just have 2 pieces here. So you put these here, push them in, and you have yourself a little table. If this was a little bigger, I could have actually used it to build Miniverse or Mini Brands Create on it. That would have been cool. And then, of course, mark it as found. With a gold marker, by the way. Of course, I'm going to use a gold marker, right? My bad. Gold metallic Sharpie. Oh man, I thought for sure it's a new item, but it's not. It's the garbage can. This time it comes in 3 different pieces. Put that in. Let's get the top cover in. And there you have it. Another pink garbage can or compost top counter bin. Okay, here's the muffin tray or cupcake. I guess these are cupcakes, and it's not what I expected. I mean, after seeing the ice cube tray, I thought these also can probably come out of it, but no, it's just printed here on the top, and it does have a little bit of texture. As you can see, it's a little bit risen up, but on the bottom part, there's not, you know, how you usually get the little cupcake parts. The bottom part of the cupcakes is just a regular tray, so I don't know. It does look very realistic if you see it from the top, so I guess that's a good thing. Let's put it down here and mark it as found. I have a feeling that the appliances and a few other items in the series are doing the heavy lifting, whereas, you know, things like the books and the little cupcake thing, those are kind of like the sucky ones of the series. It's almost as if they start this new project, a new series, and they start designing some of them really nice and intricate and perfect. And then towards the end, they're like, oh my God, we need to rush because we need to release this series. And then they just do a, let's just say, not such a good job with the rest of them. Oh, okay. Something new has entered the playground. I don't know why they include instructions for things like these. Like, it's so obvious. Where else would you put it, you know? I guess they have to when it's 2 parts. So this is the carton of eggs, and they're not separate. They're kind of like the ice where it's like, you know, they're tied to each other. And while I can definitely cut them, I will also have to sand them down because, wait a minute, I can't sand them down because if I do sand them down, then they might lose the color because I doubt that the eggs have the same color throughout. Do they go the same on both ends? Yeah. So both sides are okay. They're kind of like, oh no, actually it's this way. And then you can close it. There's no branding anywhere. So I guess you can use a little sticker here and make your own brand. It's a pretty cool miniature. See, from a distance, it looks so good, right? Okay, it's another one of those. I was like, is there anything in here? It's another plastic container from Sistema. I'm pretty sure I saw in the collector's guide that there's different sizes, so I'm looking forward to getting the other ones and seeing how they are in comparison. Oh man, not again. Okay, 2 more of those books that are just a piece of plastic with a sticker on them. They didn't even print anything on the back, so that's pretty sad. There are different books. This time we got the Traditional Home and the Southern Living, but still, I mean, these are very disappointing. All right, we got another tray with ice cubes. This is actually a really cool mini. I think it's good to have multiples of, if you create something or if you have a little freezer, you can put these in. You have your drinks on the table and you can put some of these out there, Well, my prayers have been answered. Here's something new. We got a little chair or a stool. No, it's a chair, right? A little chair. It has a nice purple top. The legs seem to be wooden. Yeah, this is a nice mini. Wait a minute. See, this time in terms of scale, they got it right. This is a perfect height chair and table, but everything else, yeah, not so much. Maybe the ice tray, yeah, kind of. I mean, depending on how big you think the table is. Okay, yeah, looks pretty good. So some of them work in terms of scale, some of them don't. All right, we got another new item. I don't even know what you call this. It's the thing you put your feet on, right? It's called a stool. This one is a designer stool. And since we're here, we might as well mark it as found before building it. Comes in 4 pieces. You got this top part that you put in here, like so. And then the legs go over here on the side. And you got yourself a nice little footstool. It looks pretty good. I like this red color. Now all we need is the other thing, the chair. And now that I think about it, this chair looks awfully similar to the one that IKEA has. We're gonna have to start a new row over here. Oh boy, we got a new one. It's the KitchenAid. Wait, this other side was English. KitchenAid semi-automatic espresso machine. It has a really nice weight to it. So cool how they actually put it in a box so you can actually unbox the item. It's not just, the espresso machine out of the box and, that's it. So let's check it out. Oh my God. This is even more detailed than I imagined. Are you guys seeing this? Wow. This is absolutely crazy. Not all of the items are removable. As you can see, it's just that little part and then this little cup. Everything else is kind of like, I don't know, part of the whole plastic little thingy. So let's see what's underneath. Oh my God. It looks exactly like you get it in a box. See, it comes in that cardboard thingy or whatever that carton is. You even have the little pamphlets. See, it's kind of like the manual that you get with the machine. And it shows you how to pull it out of the box, how to put it all together. This is really cool. They literally outdone themselves with this one. Now let's reveal the actual machine. This is so cool. The paint job is not top notch, but I mean, this is so tiny and they included all these other little, details that, yeah, it doesn't really matter. So you have your espresso machine. I wonder if this part comes off too. Oh my God, it does. I was about to give up. I was like, I'm not gonna break it. So the water thingy comes out as well. I wonder if this piece actually fits there. Technically it should, right? Or it doesn't? Okay, so you kind of have to push it in there. It doesn't obviously have those little things that hold it in place, So you push it in there. It's kind of like a rubber thingy. You can turn it around like so. All right, and then let's get our little cup out. Place this underneath here. It fits perfectly. Obviously it's gonna fall because I'm filming this in a, angle that I can't show you, but I'm gonna try to place it in such a way that you get the full experience, kind of like that. This is good. This is a really cool mini. Yeah, great job with this one, Mini Brands. You have kind of outdone yourself. I mean, I enjoyed this removable aspect of the whole thing and all the details. Whoever designed this, yeah, good job. You should probably put the same person on all the other miniatures that are not that great. Not all of them. Some of them are good, but some of them from here, not that great. Well, let's put everything back. I'm not gonna cover this. I'm gonna leave it open, but look at that. It fits perfectly in there. And let's mark it as found. By the way, if you're wondering where I got these from, it was in Walmart or Target, so don't worry, you didn't miss out. I'm sure that pretty soon you will be able to find them at Walmart or Target, and they're probably gonna cost, I don't know, $9.99. I got mine on eBay from different sellers for double the price, sometimes even more. And then I also found a few on a shady kind of website. I won't tell you where, but yeah, I had some doubts and thought that I'd get scammed, but no, it actually worked just fine this time around. Here's that little container again. So far we have 4 of them, but I have a feeling there's gonna be more. Okay, apples fell from the pouch. Or rather, apple, because just one fell. So we got that bowl of fruits again. I'm just gonna leave it like so. Put it down here. I dropped the water pitcher and I cannot find it now. Oh, there it is. It's something else. It's like it's Tupperware, I guess, but not branded. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, these are great to use them with the Mini Brands Create or the Miniverse, as containers for something to put on a side, I guess. So yeah, I'll take it. Seems like they call it food container. I was grabbing the collector's guide and look what I found underneath. A pear. I forgot that it was part of the bowl. I didn't even look for it. And this is a basket of sorts. I wonder if it's just decor or it actually has a functionality. It could be a laundry basket, but I'm gonna check the collector's guide right now. There's no specifics, it just says basket. Okay, this is cool and exciting. We got another KitchenAid appliance. This is the food processor. Now let's see how many pieces does this come in and how intricate it is. See, this has the styrofoam texture. It is plastic though, but look at how realistic that is. Just like with the other one, you get a little manual. We're gonna put it over here. And now look how detailed they were, even with the packaging of this item. It looks literally like the one you get in stores, right? So let's remove this. Oh, okay. So it comes in 3 different pieces. You got your, what is this? Kind of like a grading disc. Let's put it back in there. And then you have the main part, the body part, and of course the container. I just noticed that even this part comes off. How crazy is that? Oh, wait a minute, actually. It should go in here, and then it opens like this, right? Does that part come off? Oh my god, it does. This is absolutely crazy. This is such a cool miniature. Definitely these pull the weight of the entire series. I mean, come on. So this part goes in here, like so, and then you can close this down. And you have a nice little food processor from KitchenAid. Look at this, guys. They even did the bottom part. Considering how small it is, it's quite detailed. Now I'm wondering if the disc actually fits in here. It does fit. That's perfect. Amazing. Just amazing. I mean, this they didn't get right. It's not straight. See? It comes like this. Whoop. But other than that, and considering how small it is and how many, moving parts it has, I think it's great. And again, it's a miniature brand item. It's not just a generic food processor. So I think that adds to the, whole experience of it. Well, this is a first. So far, all the zippers work perfectly. All right, we got another one of those footstools. Let's put it together real quick. Here it is, our duplicate footstool. Looking pretty good. Another duplicate, this is the little purple chair. Now we can have our table with 2 chairs on the side. Here are the worst items in this series, the books, also duplicates, and it's interesting how we kept getting 2 of each instead of just 1. Maybe they thought, oh my god, these are so bad, let's just give them 2. Oh, nice, a new mini. This is another container where you could put stuff like food and things like that. Comes in 2 pieces. The top part is kind of like rubbery, see, so it kind of bends a little bit, which is good. It's exactly what you want. A nice purple color, and it's another item, which means we are closer to completing the series. That's if I decide to complete the series. These 2 items, the ice tray and the food container, are kind of like the same. I guess it's, from the same company or the same line. And now for the final item in this video. I thought for sure this is an espresso machine, but it's definitely something different. A KitchenAid Burr coffee grinder. It's really cool whenever you get one of these items. They're just so well made. So once again, we get that nice styrofoam packaging. Very realistic. It adds to the whole experience, I'm really glad we're kind of like finishing on a good note. I'm impressed with the quality of this and the attention to detail. Look at that. So this one comes in 3 pieces. Okay, the attention to detail on the paint is not that great. And also these will probably cost like $9.99. So I think for that price, they're pretty good. So this is where you put your coffee and it actually opens. That's amazing. You put it over here on top. And then this little thing, yeah, it does open. So I don't know if you should leave it like this or it has to have the cap on. I've never seen or used one of these, But yeah, so it goes over there like so. And you have your little KitchenAid coffee grinder machine. Let me give you a closer look at the details. Look, it even has the numbers there and stuff. And you guys, this is really tiny and it comes in multiple pieces. They paid a lot of attention to the packaging. So all in all, I think this is good. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think about it. So in total, I got 27 out of the 66 items. I do want to open more of these. I think it's a very nice series in general, except the scale being all over the place and some of them just being poorly made. The scale part doesn't bother me too much, but I do want to get all of the appliances and then see what the quality of the legendary items is. Let me know what you think about this series and whether or not you're gonna go out and collect them or just buy a few to see how they are. Thank you in advance for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And now, as usual, You guys stay golden and keep on shining. Until the next video. Bye bye.